Tyron's teammate now for quite a while. How is he still the guy?
You know, it's funny that you said that. I was talking to my parents the other day. Tyron's the longest teammate I've ever had in my life, ever. So it's pretty cool. But he's just consistent, man. He's quiet, but he's the same guy every day. He comes out, he works, he takes pride in his craft, and if it doesn't look right, he spends extra time to make it right.
How frustrated is he with the injuries? He doesn't let on much to us.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably tough. They've been obviously like the neck injuries are nagging injuries that are serious and you have to take care of. But he's looked great this training camp, and biggest thing is for us is just keep him healthy and keep him on the field because we need him.
First full week of padded practice in the books. What are you seeing from Thomas Smith?
He's big and he's physical, man. He's done a lot of nice things. He's still kind of learning the flow of the game and the speed of it. But when he gets his hands and his clamps on someone, it's impressive. So he's made some good steps this first week of camp.
Zack, what do you see from the kickers so far?
From the kickers? I mean, I don't think it's a secret. Obviously, we've had a competition there, and it's been back and forth, and I'm sure they'd like to hit more kicks than they have. And I'm not going to. I don't know what it's like to be in those situations, but we need them to step up and make some kicks.
How tough has defense been this year? I mean, it seemed like this defense has just gotten better and better.
Yeah, they are, and obviously this will be the second year with DQ and some of the things we're doing and the personnel, and it's tough to go against, especially on third down. They got, they've been playing these packages with 5 D linemen and Micah, so you got 6 rushers on the field, and there's only 5 linemen, so you got to kind of, all right, who are you going to leave for the back? Because if you leave 11 on the back, you can be in some trouble, and vice versa. You're leaving a D lineman on the back, so it poses a lot of challenges for us. But it's great that we're getting to see this stuff in camp and these reps.
It's frustrating for y'all to see, but you can see what kind of problems you create.
Oh yeah. That's a good way to put it, because I think obviously when we watch the tape, there's things that we need to get better on. A lot of the stunt. I mean, they're stunting from all over the place, but it's great work for us to get that live speed action against these caliber of players.
When Rod was here, they lined up and played, right? You knew everybody's going to be.
Yeah.
There's a few times out there today. There's no one with their hand on the ground.
No, and that's been a difficult part too. They kind of float. We call them kind of floaters with the D linemen. You know they're rushing for the most part, but when they're 5-6 yards off the ball, it's a little bit of a different mindset for an O-lineman because they're not on top of you right now. So it's been difficult through camp, but I think we're getting better. And it's great for us to see those kind of things.
As a team, this has been an offensive dominated organization, and the defense, you guys have been trying to improve it. Is it good to see the defense being a strength now?
Yeah, I think it's great. If training camp, it's been back and forth every day, and we're strong on both sides of the ball, so it breeds confidence for both sides of the ball when you have good days, and then you got to go right back to work when you have those off days. So it's been great to go against those guys.
So just assume that you're talking about leaving a guy for the back.
Yeah.
Zeke's obviously so good in pass pro.
Yeah.
Does he have a preference there between Micah or a D lineman?
Well, they kind of, a lot of the stuff they're doing, it's kind of disguised. They'll drop a D lineman, but they'll bring Micah. So you kind of gotta not guess, but you got to make an educated guess on who to put the line on, and then if so happens that Zeke's on a big, then we know Zeke will step up and give us the time to get it out.
Saw a couple of plays, a couple of times Dak Prescott took off out of the pocket and saw some green. He went and took it. One play in particular was a QB option at midfield. Do you foresee Dak Prescott kind of re-employing that mobility that we used to see from him?
I'm sure he's got some more confidence going into this season. Obviously, a couple years removed from that injury, and I think that's been such a good thing for us when he's got that that extra level with his feet. It can kind of put the defense on their heels a little bit. So I wouldn't say we're going to major in that kind of stuff, but it'll be nice to kind of get back to it and keep the defense on their heels.
Plus, Tyron is one of your longest teammates.
Yeah.
You guys rely on each other a little bit. Do you talk to
absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we've been kind of through it together through different line coaches, different head coaches, the whole nine. So I think we know our games, each other's games really well. So if I see something, he sees something, we can try to connect it back to something we've kind of taken along the way, and kind of a good refresher for both of us when we start talking about that.
Zach, we already asked you about working the joint practices against other teams, and I think that was more like from a veteran perspective.
Yeah.
But can you speak to how important it is for a guy like Ty
Yeah.
Even like Farniak,
Right.
Braylon, and folks like
Well,
that.
you kind of, training camp, you kind of get into this lull a little bit where you're going against the same guys every single day, and you get used to the calls, you get used to the moves, the alignments, what that means. So it's just fresh to go out there and see different defensive structures, different alignments, different moves. So it'll be good for these young guys to kind of get out of that lull of seeing the same guys every single day.
What's the most impressive thing you've seen Micah do on the field, off the field?
He had a play the other day where Tony Pollard was about 15 yards in front of him, and he took a good angle and he hawked him down. So that's impressive. And then when he's rushing, I mean, he's got every move in the book. He can power you. He can juke you. He can get you up the field and flip his hips back around. So, man, he's a very good football player.
Dan Quinn mentioned that at first when Mike was coming in, he didn't really see him as a pass rusher.
Right.
So what is that? Obviously, now having more of a stronger linebacker
Yeah.
group, how do you see the versatility of this group?
I mean, just kind of like what I was saying earlier, it just poses a lot of problems for the offense because you have to decide. Like for example, we treat him as a down lineman a lot of the times, even if he's off the ball. So teams are gonna have to decide, hey, are we gonna treat him as a linebacker or a D lineman? And then obviously the different packages and blitzes, you can kind of work off that. But he can do it all, and I'm glad he's on our team.
Thank you.
Yeah.